Hello there, my name is Valerie White Williams and I am a voice teacher and a vocal coach for Vocal Splendor Studios. Today I'm doing another reaction video and I'm really excited again to react to Bruno Mars' Anderson Paak Silk Sonic 777 at the Grammys. So let's have a listen. Old school! Okay, I'm gonna stop just a minute. Oh my goodness, this is reminding you of my youth, right? And I know these guys are right now in Vegas, and a lot of my high school classmates and friends have gone to see them, and I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to travel to Vegas by myself, but I love them so much, and they just bring back this old school vibe that I remember growing up with these big bands, horns, dancers, and the lyrics are going by so fast. This is lots of lyrics. And of course, I love Bruno. These guys are so great together. But Anderson really always impresses me. You know, singing drummers are one of my favorite. I was in actually a funk band, you know, kind of an old school soul band with a singing drummer, and he was amazing. He could play Earth, Wind, and Fire and sing so good. So I'm so impressed. And that's the thing about Anderson is that you have to be multi-talented because it's almost like another limb. I mean, drummers are playing with, you know, 2 feet, 2 hands, and the mouth. And the mouth has to remember those lyrics, and you got to get all these drum hits. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Now we're making money, now we're making money, now we're making money. 1, 2, 3, spin a wheel for me. Blackjack, like a rap dealer, where you at, deal for me. Where you at, where you at? Give me the tips, cause I'm about to go on.
Keyboards.
I can see the champagne falling. Look, I got bills to pay, the bills get wet. Vegas, we ballin'. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks. Move out to the money like a Mike Jack. That's all pretty. People's dilated, but the man in the mirror saying, go get your paper. Pretty young brother with some money to blow. I'm about to buy Las Vegas after this road. I'm about to buy Las Vegas after this road. Come on, 7, 7, 7. Let's go.
Yes. Yes.
What's your name?
Keep trying.
Come on, you gotta trust your gut now. Can you feel it?
Ooh, vocalist.
It's the big punch on the big money. Trust your gut now. Can you feel it? Wait a minute.
Ooh, oh my gosh, those covers. I mean, not the covers, but the singers are just awesome backing vocalists. And then you have Anderson on those drums. You know, my husband was a drummer, so I heard a lot of drumming. And he just impresses me so much. And now we're getting into this jazz section. This is cool. I miss this when there's all these people on the stage. Background vocalists, full bands, horns. That's life. Dancing in front of something like that. I'm actually grateful that I got experiences to do that thing, because today there's so many young people that have never danced in front of a live band, let alone all the horns and the vocalists, and it's just a giant party. Yes. Yes.
We're gonna tell you one time and one time only, Vegas. Get up!
Get up!
Get up now. Get up now.
That hair though.
Las Vegas, we hot. Las Vegas, we hot. Give it a taste, we hot. Silk Sonic, we hot. Young brother with some money to blow. I'm about to buy Las Vegas after this road. I'm about to buy Las Vegas after this road. Come on, say, let's go. Let's go.
So tight. Ooh, all those covers. I love them. It just makes me so happy, and it gives my mouth something to do, because we need to smile. And every time I watch them, I just grin from ear to ear. It is just so fun. And I actually got my words mixed around. I'm like, listen to all those covers. No, I meant fills. Fills and the drums. And the thing about the drummers, like, so many people, my husband was a drummer, and I've mentioned this before, but he passed away in December 4th. So that's why I'm not traveling to Vegas. I don't want to go by myself, but I love them. I'm such a fan, and some of my friends have gone, and of course, they're amazing musicians. Yes, and then drummers that put in fills, that's kind of more an advanced skill. Of course, they're amazing, but people tend to rush it or mess it up. I mean, the thing about drummers, there's so much going on with them, with all their limbs. And it's a lot of coordination, a lot. And then when you put singing on top of it, and then remembering all the lyrics, so impressive. I loved it. I love their band. Everything they do is amazing. Bruno is so charismatic. I mean, they both are. They both kind of play off each other. And that hair, it must have been a wig or something, that kind of bowl cut hair. Fairly interesting. I don't know. But it kind of was from that 70s era where people did a lot of kind of crazy things back in the day. In fact, remember those open chests? Everybody had like chains and, that was a thing. That was a thing back then. And it was so fun. It was such a great era. And I miss it. Actually, I was a little bit young. I wasn't really at that prime time with the huge bands. I think after a while, they started kind of dying out. And it used to be, believe it or not, in the 80s even, the mid 80s, kind of when it changed, is that even small towns had bands playing at all these bars, or restaurants would have a little bar and they would have bands play. And you can go and have drinks and watch them or dance. That's what people did. They went out and let's go watch a band and dance and check it out. And they were all pretty good because you had to be good to get hired. And there's a lot of music going on and people go out and dance. I think people were more slender back then because they're dancing, because dancing is a great exercise and it was fun, and especially with huge bands like that. Now, obviously in the little tiny bars, there would not be as many people there, but if you ever were in a group where you had a full horn section, backup vocalists, and all the instruments, it is so fun. And what happens when you're dancing in front of a group like that, it's this organic energy. So they're performing and then the people are dancing in front of them. And it's sad. It saddens me that this generation hasn't had that experience. This bunch of DJs. There's nothing wrong with DJ. I know there's an art to the DJ experience, but I adjudicate singers. My professional group is the National Association of Teachers of Singing, and our local chapter in Seattle had an adjudication with people to sing contemporary music, and they did it with tracks. And I could tell that a lot of the young singers today have never seen a live band. They didn't really understand how to use the microphone, or they kind of approached it like they were in a music video because that's their only experience, because they missed out on those live bands that were so tight. Now those guys, that is a huge production. Unfortunately, I couldn't see the backup singers. It sounded like there was at least maybe 3 or 4 full horn section. There probably was dancers too. I don't know. There's a lot going on, but they were so tight. And what, as much as they have this great musicianship and they're kind of a throwback from the 70s and maybe early 80s before things started kind of shutting down as far as going out to listen to live bands, which is sad. It's sad. In fact, even where I live, the places that used to have where bands would play, they just put a kitchen over it. That's what happened. Basically, all these venues that used to have, a stage or, something like that, they just took them out. It's our loss. Because, you can go out and work out or you can go out and dance, and that wasn't going on in the 70s. People would go out and dance. Well, they were probably doing some other stuff too that they shouldn't be doing. But it was a different era. And I think people were more fit because when you're dancing, you burn a lot of energy. And it was I'm glad I had a chance to experience that before it went down. Seriously. So yeah, it was sad to see that the kids don't really understand what singers do in a live band and how to use a microphone and how to have that stage presence to perform. And those guys are masters. And what I love about Bruno and Anderson, they have so much charisma together. They really are a good pairing because they're both extremely talented and they're fun. They're fun together. And I can't wait to hear more. And hopefully someday a girl can dream that I can see them live. Love to meet them and talk to them. That would be really fun because it's a lot. All right, you guys, if you love Silk Sonic as much as I do, make sure you subscribe and click on the bell so you get notified of all of my uploads. And also, I want to let you know of my 2 free passion projects on Facebook. The first one is called YouTube Success Strategies, and that's where I'm coaching people on how to be successful on YouTube. So it's not only making great content, that is important, but some of the things on that back end that's also very important. And I'm teaching people how to do that so you can grow your channel, get to be monetized. And for me, I've gotten online clients since 2011. Yeah, so COVID was great for me because I was already teaching online. Well, I won't say COVID was great for me, but the whole shutdown I was already there. So it was good for me because I got clients. And then the other group is called Creative Soul Alignment, and that's for people that are interested in creativity and spirituality, because when we are creating, we are actually expressing our divine flow, right? Divine flow. And here's the deal. You may not think you're creative, but you are creative because you create your life with every decision that you make. You might not be thinking it about that way, but it's true. All right, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.